picture, curtain lights. This is it, the night of nights. No more rehearsing and nursing apart. We know every part by heart. Overture, curtain lights. This is it, we'll hit the heights. And oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it.
Hey, we're back. I'm Goose.
I'm Logan.
This is On With The Show. We're kind of back to our roots here.
Yeah.
For those of you who are listening to us on Spotify or SoundCloud or iHeartRadio, we are now decided to go back to start doing video podcasting like we had done
A few years ago, that was how we had originally started Wrestling Boys, was as a video podcast, but then we decided to switch it over to just audio only, and well, here we are a few years later, back to where we started.
We're back to where we started.
Of course, not at our original studio, of course, but...
Now, explain why, because we currently have, this is going to be our third or fourth YouTube channel.
Yeah, because we already have Travel By Nature. If you're watching this, you're probably already familiar with that channel. We also have Miss Cindy's Kitchen, which has been around for about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
At this point, it's already well taken
doing
off.
Very well.
So we decided to launch another channel.
We decided we were going to bring back On With The Show and put our pretty faces out there for all of you to see. And you're still, if you still like listen to us on Spotify, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, any other streaming service, this will be an audio version that you will get. But we're going to start doing a few of these on YouTube and see how it works and see what we like it. But right now, we're having a good time. It's been a while since we've been here.
Yeah, because we have both been very busy.
Extremely busy.
Me with school, you with work.
Yeah, and so
So we hadn't had time to record, but now that the semester's over, we have a lot of free time, so we decided this is the perfect time to start.
Just to get back into the swing of things, we figured we have figured that recording a full podcast on one day when we're available will work, and then we're going to probably split up the podcast a little bit for some of the smaller segments you will all see on YouTube in our new YouTube channel, On With The Show Productions. Not only that will we have the podcast, but we're also going to put up some short films that I've done in the past, and some
like A Clean Sleep in Grandma's Box,
which
if you have not seen, will be released on On With The Show Productions.
So we're very excited with this. And we have a lot to talk about because, and not only that, the other issue we had an issue with SoundCloud because apparently they would no longer accept the credit card I was using, so I had to try and find another credit card, and it took a while for me to get all that stuff hashed out. But we are back, we're here, and we are excited because there have been a lot of things that have happened in the last several weeks, including, let's start off with our various top that everybody's talking about. In fact, we have three topics today. Two of them are like we've been dying to talk about, so we're glad finally back. Let's talk about Elon Musk and his purchase of Twitter.
Okay, I thought we were going to start off with Bob Chapek, but Elon Musk, that's another huge topic. So, I don't think we've recorded a podcast since, well, if you've been living under a rock.
Yeah.
Elon Musk now owns Twitter, and a lot of stuff has changed, and a lot of people are not happy about it.
Here's the funny, because I think when we last talked about it, Elon was pulling out of his offer because Twitter could not confirm the amount of bot accounts that were going on, and he was like, well, if you're going off by what you're doing now, you've overinflated Twitter, and I'm not excited anymore to purchase Twitter because you can't confirm all the bot accounts. And so there was a little tussle going back and forth until all of a sudden Elon goes, you know what, I'll purchase it for $44 million. And bang, there he goes, 44. Now he is the new owner of Twitter. And a lot of people are crying about it. A lot of people are...
It's like the new moving to Canada. Now it's the I'm leaving Twitter.
I'm leaving Twitter.
And, of course, you got all the memes where it says, I'm going to leave this platform, but first I'm going to announce it on this platform, and then stay on this platform and watch all the people react to my leaving this platform.
Well, yeah, and it is almost becoming, it's almost becoming a joke. And all Elon Musk has basically done is said, we're going to open this up as a platform for everybody. He still is like very, very sensitive to certain hate speech. I know that he got rid of Ye, which was originally
That's
Kanye.
Kanye.
That's a whole new
subject all its own.
Oh my God!
Could do a whole episode just with all his lunacy in the past few months.
Yeah, but it brings up an interesting thing. It's like if you have someone like Kanye West who says these outrageous things, and it's can be considered free speech. Because he bought Twitter to reopen free speech. It's kind of a weird thing. I saw a tweet from John Cryer, the actor John Cryer, who basically says, "How's this going?" Because it just proves how difficult it is to open up a platform like Twitter for free speech. When you have someone as crazy as Kanye West going out there and saying the things he's saying.
Well, I think it's with the free speech and the limits. Well, I think there's a difference between, of course, the whole reason everybody was upset in the first place because, of course, it was like conservatives for being like shadow banned.
Yeah,
which I think was recently in like the Twitter files, which I think is a big old thread on Twitter right now.
Yeah,
that was it.
We're not getting into the political aspect of the Twitter files here, but it just
as
brings up
far
something
as
interesting.
what limits of free speech, there's a difference between that, just supporting a different political opinion, and openly saying like, yeah, I like Hitler, or the Nazis are great, or to paraphrase what Kanye said on. And it's funny, he was on Alex Jones when he said that, and when you astound Alex Jones, you're a real nutcase.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Alex Jones. I know there are a lot of people who are. I tell
you, he's a meme goldmine, though.
He is, in what I've seen of Alex Jones, that dude is on another planet or hemisphere or whatever you want, universe all by himself. I know there are people who love him and swear by him, but I'm like,
I think it's mostly he's just so over the top. It's like they watch him from an ironic standpoint. As I said, he's a meme goldmine. Turn the frickin' frogs gay!
Okay, yeah. I don't. I'm not going there.
Anyway,
but
back to Elon Musk.
Back to Elon Musk, and of course the big thing that they had, I guess apparently, Dave Chappelle, who's a whole other topic all by himself. He basically gave a shout out and had Elon Musk come up on stage.
Because he was doing a show in San Francisco.
San Francisco,
which is, I'm pretty sure, where Twitter's headquarters is, right?
I think so. I think they're somewhere in. Well, it's the Bay Area. Is like it's
Silicon Valley. All that. Anyway, so yeah, Dave Chappelle had a show there, and he invited Elon Musk on the stage, and apparently he got booed for like 10 minutes straight. And then you have Elon going on saying it was like 90% cheers, 10% boos.
Yeah.
So it's like.
I
haven't seen the video, so I'm just going off what I've heard.
First of all, I find it interesting that Dave Chappelle was doing a show in San Francisco, knowing all the things that he's said that would trigger people in San Francisco. And then to bring up Elon Musk, who, of course, fired 80% of the Twitter employees who live probably in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So it's like... It was just kind of a weird thing to hear, and I did from what the footage I heard there were some cheers from Elon Musk, but he is basically just, you want to talk about kicking up a hornet's nest, and you have all these people who are again threatening to leave, and then of course the one beautiful short thing we saw was they found a huge closet full of T-shirts.
Oh, the
hashtag
stay woke.
And some people are like, oh, we want those back. We worked hard.
We'd rather have these shirts we worked hard on than know they're in the garbage can.
Let me ask you something. So let me ask you something, because we have seen a lot of people come back to Twitter. James Woods was shadow banned or banned, and now he's back. I've seen tweets from Rob Schneider, who I did not know was a conservative, and has started putting out, Rob Schneider, the comedian.
He's one of the most well-known conservative celebrities, alongside, of course, James Woods, Tim Allen.
A lot of them are being like, James Woods pissed. He's like, I can't believe they did this to me, and a lot of stuff is coming out about. I mean, think about it. I mean, one of the first things that Elon Musk did was he fired the top 3 officers of Twitter.
Yeah, what was it? Parag Agrawal.
Yeah, and one of them was I think one of them was a gal who was the lawyer, the head lawyer of Twitter. I mean, just bang, just cut her loose. And come to find out, she was one of the reasons why a lot of these people were being banned or shadow banned, because and it's just interesting to see both sides, to see how these people are all of a sudden they're freaking out because he now has Twitter, and now he's opened up Twitter for all voices to be able to be able to say and voice their opinions. And then you have the other side of these people who all of a sudden they couldn't figure out what happened to their accounts. They come to find out that because of something they mentioned, now they're not hitting the top trending thing, and they're kind of being shadow banned, and now they're finding, oh, I have my voice again. I know and then there's the third people who think they're shadow banned, and then just find out that no, they don't have anything really interesting to say, so no one's following them. You know what I'm saying? But for someone who was on Twitter a lot in the past, you were on Twitter a lot.
Yeah, I'd say I'm still on Twitter more than I should be, but it's addictive brain rot. Okay.
Yeah, but what do you think of all this? What do you think about being able to, because you held certain opinions that many people trolled you over.
Yeah.
But
I don't really tweet at all. I mainly just, I want to say, an onlooker. I scroll through tweets. I like tweets and I retweet. I really don't tweet any of my own stuff. So
you used to tweet a lot.
Yeah, but you're right. I have noticed a lot of people who I have followed that I didn't see for a while, like James Woods, have come back. So it's really interesting.
It is really interesting, and it's a lot of fun to see how Elon has all of a sudden now opened up this I can say marketplace of ideas, basically opening up free speech on Twitter. And what's interesting is, for the longest time, there were people who were like, no, there's no shadow banning. No, there's nothing like that going on. Everything's fine. They're just not as popular as all of these other people. And then
turns out that it actually happened.
It has actually happened, yeah. And we don't fall on one side or the other, at least because we like to use Twitter as more of a way to advertise our stuff, and to get our voice out there. We're not on there like, hey, I went and got a cup of coffee today. And
I sometimes used to do that, but then I realized, man, there's really no point.
There's no point. Not because not because there's no enjoyment in it. There's just, after a while, when something like that takes up all of your time, it becomes a chore.
Yeah.
Trying to follow everything and everybody on Instagram is becoming a chore. But it's fun. It's like you get, oh look, they got new pictures of new family pictures, and oh wow, look at that one. Look at the one with the ugly sweaters. And but it's fun. I'm happy to see Twitter get its voice again. And where do you think it's going to go from here? What do you think it's going to get?
A lot of people say this is leading, to Twitter's inevitable death, and at first I was like, okay, I kind of see that, but I haven't really noticed it. A really downturn from using it, so I'm not sure, but I guess we'll just have to see where it goes. If these people who say they're going to leave actually leave, or
there are a lot more people now using Twitter than there was before Elon bought it. So I think what eventually happens is it'll continue to grow and rise, but it'll eventually, like everything else, kind of flatten out. You'll see the people who really use it, and use it properly, and use it well. I think you'll see that some people are still going to use it for hateful and spiteful means, and those people can go screw themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, they could just go away. I've actually, and again, for me personally, I mean, some of the people I follow, they've actually have gotten some of the nastiest tweets to them, and I'm like, I just sit back and go, what in the world? Why would you say something like that, But then again, you have these trolls who, we've seen this on YouTube where they leave comments and it's like, and they leave like some really weird, nasty comments, and you're like, okay, I'm not going to pay attention to you. Although I did tell your mom, who, when she's doing Miss Cindy's Kitchen, and she was getting some of these weird comments, and I'm like, that means you've made it. When you've got trolls, it means you've made it. It means people are paying attention to you. And she's like, and she looked at it, she goes, oh yeah, you're right. Which is funny because there are some people that I've done shows for who got trolled and real nasty comments. They're like, I can't believe they would say that to me. Why would they say that to me? Because you're making a point. You So, and people don't like that. But I think Twitter is gonna. I think eventually it's gonna get better. But eventually it's gonna be like everything else. Like I would say like Facebook, just kind of top out and just kind of plateau for a while, and we'll see where it goes from here. But I think I don't know. For me personally, I think it's a good thing that Elon opened up everything. All right, so we're gonna go to a break.
Yeah.
Oh, you were saying something?
I was gonna say we need to take a break because I forgot to let the dog back in.
We're gonna go to a break. When we come back, we're gonna bring up the Bobs, Bobs of Disney,
Chapek and Iger,
and we're going to give our opinions because lo and behold, someone up in heaven loves us and gave us our wish.
Yep.
We'll be right back after this.
I am Goose. I am Logan. We are Travel by Nature.
That being said, I'm Goose.
I am Logan.
This is Travel by Nature. Thank you for watching.
Hey, man. How's it going, man? Hey, sorry I missed the funeral. I couldn't miss work.
That's all right. I need your help with something.
So what's with the trunk?
Ooh!
I can't believe she gave you the house. I did everything for her. Cooked, cleaned.
And robbed her blind.
I only took what I deserved. She owed it to me.
So why did you call me? I need your help to get rid of it. What makes you think I can help?
My grandma was a wonderful person. She used to always tell me, Ellen, all you have is your name, so make it a good one.
What is that?
What does it look like?
I don't know. I've never seen it before.
Well, maybe we could burn it. No, and then the fire department will be here in minutes.
I don't know what all the fuss is about. That woman wasn't that pure.
Remember what she told us, Gary. All you have is your name.
All right, we're back, and we're going to talk about another one of our favorite subjects, Bob Chapek.
Yep.
Who is no longer
the
CEO of Disney. Thank you, Lord. Thank somebody listened to us. This came down, and this was from multiple sources. Quick. I mean, this happened quick. Apparently, Bob Chapek announced on like Monday, and I don't know exactly what the days are, but like on Monday he announced, hey, we're having a hiring freeze, and we're going to start laying people off and all this other stuff. And then, like 2 or 3 days later, all of a sudden it gets announced Bob Iger has come back as Disney CEO, and Bob Chapek has been let go. And
which wasn't really a surprise at
didn't
all.
surprise. Yeah, didn't surprise.
Nobody was really a fan of Bob Chapek.
Yeah,
he was like, Michael Eisner was.
Yeah,
like very penny pincher.
Penny pincher.
Towards the end of his tenure as CEO, that's the way Bob Chapek was for the entirety of his. How long was he CEO? Like 2 years?
2.5 years. They just re-signed him to another 3 years. So we were like, when they did that,
It was a shock.
like,
It's like Bob Chapek, like, it made not a lot of sense.
I mean, we sat there dumbfounded, and then we started finding out exactly what was going on. And it seemed like Bob Chapek was doing some funny things with the books. Apparently, he had said that Disney Plus was going to be profitable by 2024, which many analysts said that's an impossibility. Not even Netflix has made quite a profit yet. So they're like, or it took a long time for Netflix to make a profit. So they were like, we don't understand how you can make this claim. Then it came out that 2 Disney Plus shows that he had put on the platform, he had put on the books for Disney Channel, which was like kind of a funny way.
The show was trying to make Disney Channel look like it was performing better than it.
Or he was trying to. Well, he was trying to take the expenses out of Disney Plus so that it made it look better. Made it look better. And this is from multiple sources. This is not like we heard it off one crazy website. This is like, and we heard it from several like news sources. We were sitting there. There was one source that said that Bob Chapek was not happy when he came in because he immediately wanted to start firing people.
Well, I think he came in during the pandemic, right? In 2020?
I think he came in right in the beginning of the pandemic, and Iger was still around to help out. I think Iger was like chairman of the board or something. I'm trying to remember, and Chapek wanted, when the pandemic started, he wanted to start laying people off, and Iger's like, no, we're getting the PPE. Let's just hang in there. We don't need to let people go yet. Blah blah blah. And Chapek wasn't happy that Disney was listening to Iger rather than him. And then of course it was one crazy decision after another. Basically, how could I best say it? It was like, Pixar couldn't get a film into the theaters. They tried.
Oh yeah, because I remember what was happening with Pixar is like they would have like advertisements saying it was going to be released in theaters, but then it was like, no, it's just going straight to Disney Plus. Like I think I remember when we went and saw Raya and the Last Dragon. I think didn't they have a sign up for Turning Red?
They had, I think they did.
Or something like that. And then Turning Red was just straight on Disney Plus, no theatrical release.
And I think that was, I don't know if it was like, that was a weird move or whatever, but it was almost like they were trying to make Disney Plus bigger than what it is. Don't get me wrong, Disney Plus is a very good streaming service. You get to see some of the most iconic cartoons and shorts that they don't put out anymore. Some of the originals like Lambert, the Sheepish Lion. Lambert. The band concert, and also the great classic, the Wise Little Hen, which is Donald Duck's debut. Yep. Just an amazing array of short cartoons. They're classics. And then you see some of but we were wondering, if they were ever going to be putting out any Disney original stuff on Disney Plus, because it seemed like the only stuff they were putting out was either Star Wars.
Yes, Star Wars or
Marvel. And don't get us wrong, we love Star Wars, we love Marvel, but after a while, you become fatigued.
Excuse me. It's like every week, it's like 10 different Marvel shows are announced.
Yeah, so
it was getting kind of ridiculous.
On top of that, he had problems with the parks continuing to raise ticket prices.
Yeah, it was like every few weeks it was like ticket prices increased by such and such amount.
Yeah, it was getting ridiculous. And we've even said that on our past podcasts that it was getting to be expensive to the point where it was almost too expensive for the average family to go to Disneyland or Disney World. And then people were complaining that, it's kind of lost its magic. That, the upkeep has been really bad. We're seeing, spider webs all over the signs and overgrowth and, all this other, it was like he wasn't like really taking care of the parks. He wasn't, Disney Plus wasn't performing like it should. And then on top of that, he had controversies with the Florida government.
With when Florida repealed the Reedy Creek Improvement Act.
And then the movies they were putting out were underperforming, with Lightyear being one lightning rod that was there, and now there's another.
Now they got Strange World, which is absolutely bombed. Set to lose $100 million.
Yeah, it's so. While it was a shock, it wasn't a shock. It was like we were just waiting for the timer to finally just go click and run out on Bob Chapek. We didn't realize it was going to happen when it did, but now Bob Iger's back. He says he's going to be back for 2 years. He has already found someone who he's going to, I think, replace him.
Have they said who he's looking at?
Christine.
Is that Christine McCarthy?
Yes.
Seriously?
The CFO. Yeah. Yeah, that's who they're looking at. That was the announcement I saw.
I'm sorry. If there's anybody more soulless than Bob Chapek, it's Christine McCarthy. I thought they were going to go for somebody like Josh D'Amaro. I mean, he's already been. How long has he been? He's the chief of the parks, right?
Yeah.
How long has he been doing that? A long time.
A while.
So it's like when you're looking for somebody to be your new CEO, Josh D'Amaro is like a perfect pick. But no, you're going to go all out of left field.
Well, I think they're
Christine McCarthy.
I think they're looking for someone to take over not just the parks, but also the film side of it, the streaming side of it. They need someone who's going to be able to keep a real eye on it. And Iger has said that he's training whoever it is. He's training them for the next 2 years. So, and Bob Iger's not an idiot. I know that he's probably. I heard one of the things I heard is the rumors he's been reaching out to the Florida government to try to get Reedy Creek back.
Try to restore amends.
Restore amends, and trust me, these are people that they don't agree on much, but they're going to figure out how to make this work because Disney needs the Reedy Creek Improvement Act if they're going to finish up a lot of the stuff that they have going on already as far as construction, because they're continuing to really try to finish stuff up that they've got going on now. He has. He's looking at ticket prices. He hasn't really there. I thought he was going to bring down ticket prices. I think he's pretty much has decided to keep them the same, or in even some cases raise them, because there are certain times of the year where it's just more popular to come to a Disney park, and that's called capitalism.
Yeah.
But I think he's also decided that he's going to try to keep them in a spot where they're affordable. Which I think is a good thing. They haven't really said a whole lot as far as Genie Plus, but I hear that they're going to try to revamp that.
How so? Like they're going to get rid of the single.
Well, let me ask you this:
Lightning lane.
I think what they're going to do is, this is what I think they're going to do. What I think they're going to do with Genie Plus is, I think they're going to revamp it, and I think they're going to include all lightning lanes.
Okay, so they're not going to have the individual purchases like Rise of the Resistance.
I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to have all lightning lanes available through Genie Plus. That's my prediction. Do I think it's going to happen? I don't know. I also don't believe that, and then again, this is me personally, I don't believe they're going to retheme Splash Mountain.
Yeah, I know there was a big announcement like last week or something that Splash Mountain's closing starting, I think it was sometime January next year.
23rd, yeah.
And everybody automatically hopped onto this one. They're closing it permanently for the retheme, but it's like they close it down
Every January.
Every January for refurbishment.
Refurbishment.
Splash Mountain is because perpetually in disrepair.
It's one of those rides where they continually have to go in and fix the animatronics.
Well,
and so
this, that, and the other thing. There's always something wrong.
And I think this past year they had some issues with the boats. They had like one boat that sank.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that.
So I think they're in the process of. And again, you're right. Everybody jumped on. They're going to retheme it. They're going to retheme. This is when they're going to do it. I don't think so. I think this is a yearly refurbishment. They're going to bring it back. Iger, I think, knows this ride is really popular, and
I think it's like, say, marketing gimmick.
Yes.
Something where it's like we're gonna close it, and because of course it's coinciding with the talks of the retheme, everybody's gonna be like, oh, this one is closing permanently. I gotta head to Disneyland right now to ride it one last time before it permanently closes.
Before it permanently closes, yeah. I mean, because that's what they did with Tower of Terror over DCA. They said, "This is the last day you can ride it," and well, I know a lot of people have said, "Well, they rethemed Tower of Terror into to Mission Breakout," and I said that's totally different because they were already in the process of taking Bugs Land and turning it into Avengers Campus, and you and I have been there. There are two entrances into Avengers Campus, and the one entrance is right by Mission Breakout. So it would seem absolutely proper that you would have that ride at that spot going into Avengers Campus. And so and at first we were kind of like, I don't know, I'm not sure about this. Oh, this is a bad decision, but it's like, they still have the Tower of Terror at
Hollywood
Studios in Florida. So it's not like they totally got rid of the whole ride. It's just
not with their plan. They're saying they're going to get rid of Splash Mountain everywhere except for Tokyo.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, they only have 3 of them.
Yeah, they got Disneyland, Magic Kingdom, and Tokyo. Disney.
Which, interestingly enough, the people in Tokyo, they ride the ride and they love it. They're like, "Oh, this is so fun! This is so fun!" They don't have any idea, what it's all about. But I don't think that they're gonna. I mean, if they're gonna retheme it, they're not gonna do it when they say they're gonna do it. I mean, people tend, like you said, it has a yearly refurbishment every January. When it's cold and no one wants to get on a water ride, except for me, because I love to ride Splash Mountain. No, I mean, not only that, I don't believe it. Mostly because all we've seen is concept art. We haven't seen any animatronics. We haven't seen anything that we haven't seen anything beyond.
We haven't seen a timetable.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything.
It's like. Yeah, so they announced when it's supposedly going to close forever, but it's like, well, do they have a timeline for when they're going to be actually building the new ride? No, they don't. All it is here's more concept art for, what are they calling it? Tiana's Bayou Adventure?
Yeah. And here's the thing. I'm not against Tiana having a ride. I've said this over and over again. I think, though, in Disneyland, it would be more proper if they turned the French Market restaurant.
Oh, into the Tiana's Palace?
Tiana's Palace. And then have her do like a meet and greet around all the different tables.
Have another character dining?
Yeah, and I think that would probably be the best idea. Do I think they're going to do that? I have the foggiest idea.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't think anybody's that smart there.
No.
But that's my idea because, that was the whole premise, one of the big premises of The Princess and the Frog, which was she's going to have her own restaurant and sell her own beignets. And trust me, if you have not had a beignet at the French Market, I would suggest you go have one.
Yeah.
Because they're really good. So that's my idea. So I think Iger, now who's back in charge, he's there basically just to properly train the person that's going to take over.
Going to take over him after his 2 years.
And, if it's... where was it? Christine McCarthy. You know, we can cross our fingers. If it's Josh tomorrow, we cross our fingers. We just got to hope that it's somebody that can right the Disney ship, because right now we're looking at it and we're like,
we're looking at a Titanic.
yeah,
right
kind
now.
of
We
like
don't want a Titanic.
it's like it hasn't quite hit the iceberg yet, but at very least they changed captains.
Yeah.
And people are excited that Iger is back. We're hoping and seeing what they're going to do, but
We'll just have to wait and see what
we'll
happens.
just see what happens.
We can't tell the future.
All right. We're going to take a break here. When we come back, we're going to talk about some Christmas movies we've been seeing, and some we're going to actually have seen, hopefully, by the next time we're on this show.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Tired, I am sore, and I just want to go to bed.
And you can do that after you take a shower.
I can take a shower in the morning.
No, you can take one now.
I don't even smell that bad.
Oh, really? You smell like a combination of body odor and butt crack, and I'm not sleeping next to that. Once in a while.
As tempting as all that sounds, I'd rather go to bed. Honey, what's wrong? Half the crew is at the bar. At least I'm here.
That's just it. Even when you're here, you're not. You're either too tired or too preoccupied.
All right, we're back. We're on our last segment for today, and of course, it's that time of year, right?
Yep, time for Christmas movies.
Christmas movies. We just recently went and saw in the big theater because one of our theaters, in fact,
one of our local theaters was doing a couple, like a special series of, I think it was called like the 4 weeks of Christmas,
yeah.
and then another thing was like, cozy Christmas party or something like that, where it would be Saturday mornings. They would play a certain Christmas movie, and one we went and saw for that was The Polar Express.
The Polar Express.
Yep, I know a lot of people think it's kind of creepy because of the very early motion capture. But
yeah, that animation can be kind of scary.
Yeah, but when you've been watching it your whole life, you kind of you don't care about all those criticisms.
The funny part is, of course, when that technology was first out, back in the movie came out in what
2004.
2004. So you're talking about a movie that's not even 20 years old yet. But back in that time, that was like leading edge animation, coming to the forefront. I mean, think about Christmas, or not Christmas, think about Toy Story. Toy Story, again, early animation with computers. It does kind of like, when you're watching it, it is kind of unsettling. When it first came out, you were like, wow, that's cool. That looks so realistic. Now it looks like they just slapped these masks on these kids.
Yeah.
You know, and like you said, people give it a lot of crap because the animation looks scary, but the movie is still really good. I mean, and one of the things that we were kind of noticing in certain parts. First of all, Robert Zemeckis is the director. Tom Hanks is the big star of the film, who plays like multiple characters.
He did the motion capture for like, I think, most of the characters in the movie. Even the kid characters, I think he did the motion capture for. Of course, I know he plays the dad, which I think it's funny. If you look really closely, you can see Tom Hanks' face.
Yeah.
He also did the conductor and Santa.
And he was also the hobo on the top.
Yes.
He was also the hobo on top. So
nice cup of Joe.
I mean, and it's when you see the conductor, obviously you can see that's Tom Hanks. That's Tom Hanks. Is the animated Tom Hanks who's bald, but he does a great job as Santa. But it is just it's one of those movies where you watch it, and for me, Polar Express is not a movie I willingly watch. It's like if it's on, I'll watch it. If you put it on, I'll watch it. But it's not like, hey, I gotta watch the Polar Express.
I'm the opposite. It's a must watch. For Christmas.
I mean, for me, I'm more like Charlie Brown Christmas and Dr. Seuss The Grinch Stole Christmas and stuff like that. And then some of the other Christmas movies that I have to watch. I have to watch Elf. I have to watch A Christmas Story. I have to watch. What's the other movie I was thinking of? Oh, A White Christmas with Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye and Rosemary Clooney. And it's like, if you've not seen White Christmas, it is a classic. Yes. We watch it every year on Netflix. You have to see Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, even though it's not a Christmas movie. Thanksgiving movie. One of the few Thanksgiving movies they should have out there. But it's just, there are certain movies that I have to watch. Now, I got to ask you, because one of the movies they had advertised for these Christmas specials, which was on Wednesday nights. And by the way, if you've not seen this, it was at the Reading Cinema. If you've not seen that, it was our very first video for Travel by Nature. So you can go see it. It's like about 6 minutes long. It's not even that big. But one of the movies they had on there was Gremlins. And there's always been these arguments of like,
but Gremlins isn't a Christmas movie. It doesn't have anything to do with Christmas other than it's set at Christmas, which is, of course, is the same argument people also use for Die Hard. And if you say either of those are not Christmas movies,
there's a fight.
Go away. I don't like it.
Yeah. It's not Christmas until Hans Gruber falls off the Nakatomi Tower. Lethal Weapon is another movie that is done at Christmas, but it's not technically a Christmas movie. It's still, but still that scene where they drive through the house and just knock over the Christmas tree is like, it's phenomenal. It's funny as hell. But, and then of course there's the great debate of The Nightmare Before Christmas. Is
it a Halloween movie or is it a Christmas movie? It's both.
It's both. It has the spirit of Christmas in it. That's one of the reasons why I like it, because Jack Skellington discovers the meaning of Christmas. And so if you happen to have a theater in your what neck of the woods, I already want to say, that's showing Christmas movies up on the big screen, go see them. It's a whole different experience. We went and saw Meet Me in St. Louis.
Which is a film I had actually never seen before. We went and saw.
I'd never seen it either.
Unlike the Polar Express, which I'd seen dozens of times. Yeah, but I'd never seen Meet Me in St. Louis until I saw it on the big screen. It's like, what better way to see a movie for the first time than
on the big screen? And I just have, for some reason, a thing for Judy Garland. I don't know why. I just do. And to see one of her films up on the big screen is just amazing. The one that we saw, of course, was in the 4:3, but it's just it's a different experience, you know, especially when she sings, and it comes through those nice crisp speakers. I mean, it's just amazing. So, if there's a Christmas movie you must watch, Christmas Vacation.
Yes.
Christmas Vacation. Got to see Christmas Vacation.
Every year. It's not Christmas until Clark loses his marbles.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you know, it's not Christmas until Cousin Eddie is out in his bathrobe. You know, shitter was fall. Merry Christmas. Shitter was fall. I mean,
why is the carpet all wet, Todd? I don't know, Margot.
It is just one of the. I mean, I don't know why that I mean, that's another film I have to see every year. I think it's one of the first movies we see every year. It's like, you know, it's like soon as Thanksgiving's over, Black Friday, it's like popping into Christmas movies.
And what's interesting about Christmas Vacation is it's not one of those Christmas movies where it's like you only ever watch it at Christmas. Like, I can watch that any time of the year. Like, I remember I watched it in the middle of summer, you know, because it's that good.
It's so funny, and it just reminds you. It's one of those movies where it reminds you that your family is not as bad as the one on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, but they got a lot of different Christmas stuff going on. I think they brought back Tim Allen for the Santa Clauses,
which is out on Disney Plus right now.
It's I think it's a show, and there's another great Christmas film to watch. Is the Santa Claus. Tim Allen is amazing. Whatever, let us know in the comments what your must-do Christmas movie is, or what it is. It's like, it's not Christmas until I watch, and then fill in the blank, because it is one of those things where Christmas at this time of year, you know, sitting back with some popcorn and some warm cocoa and watching a Christmas movie, it's got to be the thing. Got to be the thing. All right, Logan. So we come to the end of our first video podcast.
Yeah.
Now that we're back on screen. So if they want to check us out anywhere else, where would they go?
You can find links to all our social medias at withkoji.com/@travelbynature. They can find links to our Twitters for On With the Show and Wrestling Boys. We have an Ask Me Anything tab on there. Or you can find our Instagram for Travel by Nature, or a tip jar if you're so generous. Or right here on YouTube, we have the links to our channels, Travel by Nature and Miss Cindy's Kitchen. Both we will leave a link to in the description of this video, so you can check out those videos.
That's right. That's right. And if they want to help the channel out, what would they do?
You can hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share to your friends.
Yeah, share it out to your friends. Leave us a comment. Makes us smile. So, from here at the On With the Show production studios in Bakersfield, California, I am Goose.
I'm Logan.
This is On With the Show. Thank you for watching. We will be back next week.
Overture, cut the lights. This is it, the night of nights. No more rehearsing and nursing a part. We know every card by heart. Overture, cut the lights. This is it, we'll hit the heights. And oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it.